This is the Horse Radio Network.
Hey, you're listening to Adulting with Horses, the best place to be if you can't be at the barn. We are your co-hosts and equine authors, Heather Wallace and Natalie Keller-Reinert. As crazy horse girls, we don't take ourselves too seriously in the saddle or out. We celebrate the things that make us different. Join us as we talk about horses and pop culture and get a little weird in a fun way. Thank you for being a little weird with us. Oh my gosh, how was your week?
Gosh, I don't know. My week has been weird. I feel like everything's going fine. And for some reason, I feel like it should be better. Like, it's not good enough.
It's disappointing somehow.
Yeah, somehow. I think there are probably a lot of factors. And I think one is that I'm in the middle of like a couple different projects. And I really need to be at the finish of one so I can be like, yay, I finished. I don't have any sort of triumphs to report. I think that's annoying me.
You're in like the middling stage.
I really am. In like everything. And I like to have lots of different things cooking so that I get like that poof of energy. Like, yay, I won something. Rush. I haven't won a damn thing. I'm fighting with the county. I'm fighting with my brain. I'm fighting with the atmosphere. I'm fighting with my climate.
Yeah.
I am just in a lot of tangles right now.
I think that's adulting. Like, you've just nailed the definition of what it's like being a working adult.
I super feel like I'm adulting this week. And it's funny because a lot of weeks I actually have a little bit of a shine to me where I'm like, I can't believe this is my life. Even when stuff isn't, necessarily going great, but it's still better than other versions of my life.
Sure.
And then this week I've just been kind of pissy about it.
Isn't that funny? I have, you know me, I've always got balls in the air like you do too. Such is the life. But I'm in that ending stage for most of those things. So everything's coming to a wrap all at the same time. So I feel like there's like this ticking time bomb where like in the next 2 weeks, there'll be like 3 major things in my life that have come to fruition and will all be done. And it's just like that final countdown, that race to the finish line, making sure like all of our ducks are in a row. And so it's that panic stage where it's just like, okay, this is it. We've got no more time, no more procrastination. It's happening. Like the kids are finishing school. I'm opening a new location for my business, which is awesome. That opens next week. I've got my deadline for the next book like up, and it's just everything is like coming to a head all at the same time. And then, yes, I hope to hell I see something good come out of all that. I'm exhausted.
Right. Yeah, maybe, maybe I make things too easy on myself when I'm like, I'm not going to take any collaborations for a while. I'm not going to do any deadlines for a while. And then I feel deflated. I'm not shoving myself into corners.
You are a goal-oriented person, that's for sure.
I know. It's so problematic because, like, it just creates this treadmill effect. And
I don't know what
so
a
I try to, like,
That's
save
funny.
myself from it. I'm being too nice to myself, I guess. I don't know. I'm not going to meet any. I set goals for myself maybe like a month or 2 ago for the summer, and I already know I'm not going to hit any of them. They're just, I'm behind, or maybe it was unrealistic all along, or it's just not happening. I don't know.
Hey, do me a favor. Turn off your camera for a sec. I got a major glitch.
You don't want to look at me.
Ha, there you go. Oh, you don't want to look at just yourself? Isn't that? I thought you were your own favorite person.
I think I look cute today, too.
You do look cute. What I glimpsed of you looks very cute. And I got my hair done, and I can't even use my camera.
Your hair looks super, super nice. I was just thinking I need to get my hair cut again. But I think I look, because I think the best look for me is like a bun. And it's just like it's an inch too long right now, and it wants to fall out, and it's annoying me.
Yeah, with a bun, you have to have the perfect length, or you got to have lots of length.
Right. Exactly.
Like I went that direction.
When it was down, all the way to my waist, it was very easy, but it was also so heavy it wouldn't stay up.
Yeah. Well, it's funny you say that because I always feel like your hair's braided.
Yeah. It was braided when it was really long. And now it's one or the other usually. So as long as I don't have it down and touching me, I'm fine.
See, I love my hair down.
It amazes me when I see people. I think of you now because for like the longest time, I'd see people with their hair like on their shoulders and I'd be like, that's insane. They're crazy people.
It's
and
touching you.
And you said it doesn't matter to you. And I'm like, oh, I never thought about it not mattering. Just thought people were tolerating it for beauty or something insane like that, which is not something I've ever done.
No, I got to be honest. I'm a little vain about my hair. Like I have good hair. And so when I put it up in a ponytail or if I put it up in like a half up, I usually take it down right away because I don't like how it ends up looking. So it's just easier for me to have my hair down or in like a little bun. But that's also why hats are great because I hate ponytails. I don't look good in them.
Yeah.
So
I mean, honestly,
I
don't know how good I look at anything. So I worry about it less and less. Just like, do whatever I feel like. But you do look, your hair is fantastic. I'm jealous of your hair.
Maybe I'll take a selfie. my hairstylist goes, so, I had rescheduled this haircut like twice because I'm so busy. And I went today and she's like, so what are you going to do today? I was like, you're never going to believe this, Danielle. I have my first true day off in 6 weeks. Like first day where I don't really have to be anywhere. And I'm going to just describe like the state of affairs right at this point. So like I got my period. My cramps are major. I woke up, I got dressed in the dark, and then when I got downstairs, I realized the leggings I put on have a giant hole on the inseam. So much so that my daughter said, Mom, if it goes any bigger, we're going to see her hoo-ha. And still didn't change. Went to that salon like that. Yeah.
Oh
my
God.
Because this is the level of I don't give a fuck. This is my day. This is my day. I'm going to be horrendous / no makeup, nothing. So if my hair looks great, that is awesome. But that is the only thing I worked at today, and I let someone else do it.
That is fantastic. That's like a manifesto for the ages. That's like womanhood 101 right there.
I feel like, you know what? Fuck the adulting wins. That's it. That's the episode.
Oh my God. I know that I tend to go places around here looking like absolute bedraggled nightmare and not care because it's the freaking countryside of Florida. Yeah. So my like clothes falling off of me and covered with dirt is another woman's. I made an effort today. But I do have some leggings that I barely wear around the house because the holes are just so bad.
I didn't even know I had a pair with holes in it. Like I usually would rip it up and use it as a cleaning rag or something. So like I just picked, it was nicely folded, sitting in my closet. Maybe when I was folding it, I thought it was one of my ripped leggings, like the ones that were ripped on purpose. And then by the time I got it on, my shoes were on, and I was like, oh, I'd have to take my shoes off. Like they'll just be fine.
Oh my God. I've transformed fully into riding clothes all day because I started riding in the morning because, the temperature here is just getting a little bit out of control some days.
Yeah.
And every now and then it storms in the evening. And when it does, it's like, oh, it's 5 o'clock. I'm going to storm now for 2 hours, like until dark. Yeah, until dark. Okay. So I have to ride in the morning. So I'm riding at like 10 after I do some writing, which is totally blowing my brain to pieces because I usually ride in the evening and I write in the morning and then I quit around like 2 and do some other stuff, and then I go out and do outside work. And so I've changed that, and none of my brain cells are functioning correctly.
You're like off your schedule.
So you've written, so we're done now. Like, no, it's noon.
Cocktails.
So we're gonna have a drink and sit down now, right? Maybe have some hummus. No, I have to work again. no, we're not doing that.
No thanks.
So we're just, and Corey's doing the same thing. He's running in the morning. And so we're just like staring at each other in the living room. Like, what are we doing? And I said, I'm really angry and I want cheese. And he's like, well, you always want cheese. I said, no, I really want cheese. Like, I'm super freaked out right now and I just want some cheese.
Is there, so you mentioned he was running. So are you not running anymore?
I'm not running right now because I have to ride in the morning.
You can't, you can't.
I can't do both.
No.
But I'm riding much harder than I was. So that has to count for something, I think. And I'm doing a lot of physical work in the evening around trying to get my pastures to grow grass.
Sure.
So I'm not getting the cardio that I wanted to get, but I'm doing a lot of like shoveling and raking and moving large wheelbarrows full of compost and things like that. So I'm definitely getting exercise.
Hey, I was never in such shape as when I was doing barn chores every day.
Yeah.
I had, carrying those water buckets, and I mean, my God, I was so fit. I think the only time I was more fit was when I was dancing 6 days a week.
Well, yeah, it's that added cardio that does it, because I, did barn stuff my entire life, but until I was galloping racehorses, I didn't know the meaning of fit and like, oh my God, my muscles are bursting out of my shirt, but I'm emaciated. That kind of fitness level.
Right.
I miss it. It was so cute for 6 months. In a, patriarchal kind of satisfactory kind of way.
Hey,
Right?
you got to feel good about yourself.
I did. Oh well. So riding clothes all day, every day, and I love it because they're stretchy, and they wick moisture, and they're designed to be cool. So no complaints here. But my husband was trying to decide. He's like, "Do I take a shower? What do I do?" And I was like, "No, because we're just gonna go back outside." So we just wear these clothes all day. I was like, "Yep." We just wear these clothes all day. He's like, "Oh, okay."
Well, that
as
does
long
make
as it's
it
athletic wear and it's designed not to have odor, then you're fine.
That's true. It's moisture wicking.
Exactly. And it does make a difference.
Oh, for sure it does.
You cannot sit around in a sweaty t-shirt. Everyone around you will die. And you will chafe. But in a nice athletic shirt, yeah, you can.
Especially in summer in Florida. I can't even imagine. We're still in, we're in that odd season. We actually have spring right now. So it's that season between, like, it's really 50 degrees at night and kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then progressively gets warmer. So it's like 80 during the day. And then for 3 hours, and then it gets progressively cooler again. So it's, to be honest, if it's going to be warm out, this is the kind of warm I want. But, with all the wildfires and all that, causing, like, this week, I haven't been able to ride at all.
Yeah, I'm sure. We had smoke like that in Florida in 98 when we had a huge fire outbreak here in Florida. And I remember just the particulate, like the air is just thick and grainy, just horrid. So not fun, not good for horses.
I hope everybody in Canada and everywhere that's being affected is okay, and that the fires, do not last very long. But it's a really scary thing. So, and it brings to mind, like, we should probably do an episode on safety measures one time. Fitz is dedicated to the art and science of riding apparel. Known for its Performax leather technology, Fitz riding wear is the first and only choice for thousands of equestrian athletes. The Fitz design team are themselves riders with years of state-of-the-art athletic product development experience. All Fitz designs are born out of repeated trial and unmatched commitment to quality. Fitz is proud to have raised the bar for technical innovation in equestrian wear. We invite you to wear Fitz for the ride of your life. Learn more at fitzriding.com.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're going to talk about today, Natalie.
No, we're going to talk about failure.
Yeah, because we're really, I was looking at the calendar. I'm like, oh, it's June. Like,
right.
it's June, and we were talking about setting goals. And, you know, in my case, I don't love to set goals in January. I like to set them in March when spring comes, and I kind of set my intentions for the spring. As I am finishing things. You know, life is productive. I'm in a lull. Everything looks to be going really well. Knock on 1,000 pieces of wood. But my writing, okay, I'm going to give you an example. I walked into the barn the other day, and my friend, my barn owner, came over, and the first thing she did was hug me and say, "How have you been?"
Oh.
And I was like, "Oh, shit." Love you, Robin. Yeah, I've been MIA. Mm-hmm. And I don't want to be MIA. But
yeah, and so then you're like, "Oh, I'm that person."
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am. And it's funny. She always knows, like, if I'm there that week, I'm there 4 or 5 days, right? Like, if I can, I make it. But then I might go a whole week without seeing her. And it never usually is more than that. But that's still a long period of time. But with the kids and work and, like, weather.
Yeah.
My God, it's so hard to, like, get any of my goals accomplished.
There's so much all the time.
I don't remember what my goal was, Natalie. What was my goal?
Your writing goal?
Or any goal? Like, did I have a goal?
Yeah, we probably should have written those down or something.
I need to go back and listen to that episode.
I actually don't know. Did we set my goals are whatever I'm holding on to in my brain at any given moment. But earlier in the year, I had set a sort of tentative goal for myself of doing a starter horse trial in August.
Okay, very nice.
August is in 2 months.
It's real fucking close.
That's not even close to happening. That's hilarious. No, there's no way that I would be prepared to do that in 2 months. Like,
you think? I don't know. You've been riding a lot, and you said you upped your game.
Yeah. I've been doing all that, but I go super slow because I'm terrified of causing, like, any kind of injury from pushing too far.
Sure.
So I do, like, a lot of walking, a lot of trotting. I'm doing a lot of really elementary dressage stuff because I really just want that on point.
Yeah, you got to build the foundation.
Mm-hmm. And I'm, dealing with a horse that's had a lot of tension, and the canter especially. So I'm just starting to get a really nice canter from him. So there's, there's all these factors where I'd say, like, today I did trots. I did 3 5-minute trot sets, and then I did a little bit of canter work after that, until I start to feel his weakness at the canter. And then I go, okay, that's enough of that, because I don't want him to take a bad step and hurt himself. So, I think building fitness quickly requires a certain level of risk taking, and I am extremely risk averse. I won't do it. So it's
and you're doing the smart thing because, you're going to threshold and then you're backing down. So that way he ends up meeting, raising that threshold in a way that is not going to be risky for him. And you can feel it, so you can back down. A lot of people would push through. And I think that's awesome that you're not, because you'll have a long-term, much happier ligament going forward.
Right. And I can absolutely, he canters so much better than he did 2 weeks ago. He canters 1,000,000 times better than he did 2 months ago. And what is the rush? There is absolutely, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not, the team tryouts or, it's nothing like that. It was just sort of an idle hope, I guess, more than anything. And because fall's busy. So I thought if I could wedge in something in August, I wouldn't be up against travel dates in fall and 8 million other people in Ocala for the season and things like that. So it would have been convenient and less popular than, like, an October date.
Yeah.
But, things move along. I'm going to pick up some poles today to use for trot poles and jump poles, so we can do more jump work. So,
well, you're moving forward, so even if you don't meet your goal, goals can shift.
I'm crawling forward.
That's my favorite speed. Well, I have my goal for the summer was to get legged up a little bit for this Iceland trip that I'm going to be riding like 5 days, about 2 hours a day. And I could do it. I'm sure I'm going to be fine. But the goal was to like not be sore at all, on day 3 with my hips and stuff. And my goal shifted, I think, a little bit because Ferris is sweating. And so now it looks like we may be able to ride over the summer, which is really, really, really nice. And so I'm having to shift my schedule around to accommodate, the heat and his energy level and things like that. So my new goal is actually, forget Iceland, is legging him up so that in the fall we could do his favorite thing ever, which is jump a cross rail.
Oh,
yeah,
that's nice.
It's a reward for him for working hard.
I love it.
Yeah.
A horse reward goal. Why aren't I nice like that? Why are my goals all me oriented? I don't think my riding goal is necessarily all about me though. Ben likes to work.
It's good for him. If he's fit, he's going to be happier and healthier for sure.
And it's good for everyone's relationships.
Well, yeah, it sounds like he's happier and less tense too. Like that tension has to go somewhere, and it's better to go into positive exercise than muscular tension, overreacting, spooking, all those things.
Yeah, and it's the same, for your horses. Like your horse wants to be ridden, doesn't he?
I mean, does he?
I don't know.
I don't think he really does, actually.
Oh, then.
Ferris is me. Ferris is exactly me. Ferris is the do I have to? I guess I will. What he really wants to do is he wants to jump, a course, and he wants to go on all the trails and do all those things, but he can't because he's not fit and he won't trailer. So he's literally me. Like there's all these things I want to do, but I can't because I'm not super confident trailering, and so we're very happy kind of with status quo, but he needs to be ridden for his own body, for his health. Delight, on the other hand, wants to be ridden sometimes, but it's looking like he may not be able to. So I'm having to maybe change my goals for him a little bit, which is fine. It's, we're just gauging how much he wants to be ridden and how at this point. So, yeah, another goal I guess I would have would be getting on him again this summer because I've been a little nervous, I'll be honest, since a giant flipping rodeo buck.
Right, pile driver.
I mean, I would have been dead. Like, I would have had crushed cervical vertebra with that if I had come off because the momentum and the angle was not good. So that scared me. That's a widowmaker, that one.
It's so problematic because like a year ago, when Ben got here, and right up until about 6 months ago, I was having so much trouble with him with, spooking really hard and just running through my hand and just not feeling like a horse I was comfortable riding at all. And didn't feel like him, which upset me because I was like, what happened to my horse?
Right.
And for people who don't know, I didn't have him for well over a year, maybe longer. He was with somebody else and I wasn't riding him. And he wasn't being ridden much, but he was being used in occasional riding lessons. And that was where a lot of that tension arose from. But I couldn't get him back. And I didn't know what was wrong with him. And it's night and day. Like, I honestly, a few months ago, I would not even have considered slipping my reins. And now today I was out, I had the reins on his neck.
Aww.
And I was messing with my phone trying to get my timer to work. It's a real pain doing things with your phone, like timers and stuff, without an Apple Watch. Can I just say I really miss my Apple Watch that died at Equine Affair?
What about Siri? Just use Siri.
Yeah, you still have to take it out and get its attention.
Well, not if you have like AirPods.
Well, I don't.
Sorry, am I speaking too techie for you here?
No, you're speaking to, I have teenagers and I'm getting all of their leftover tech every time I have to buy them a new iPhone. I don't have AirPods. I have one pair of earbuds that one side doesn't work on. Because I don't know what happened to my other ones. They've disappeared. So, and then I'm afraid that if I wear AirPods when I ride, they'll fall out.
Yeah, it's a legit fear.
Yeah, so I'm not going to buy those. But yeah, so I was fussing with my phone, trying to get the timer together, and I had the reins literally just on his neck, walking around. And I was like, "Whoa, this is so nice that I'm able to relax on this horse again." And now I know that if he takes a funny look at something, I feel it before it happens anyway. Like, I'm no longer surprised because I am legged up again and I am back in the saddle regularly enough to not be like freaked out by him. But getting to that point sucks so bad. You know?
Yeah, you got to push through it.
All those initial like getting on and going, please don't kill me, please don't kill me, please don't kill me, until you reach your comfort zone again. God, that sucked. So I get it.
Yeah. And the thing is he's asking for my attention. I think what I'll do is I'll pull out. I'm waiting for like a hot day because he's super lazy in the heat.
Yeah.
And I'm going to just throw on his Western saddle, the one I feel comfortable with. And I'm just going to get on him and just on the buckle, just walk him around a little bit in the arena and get off.
Yeah.
And we're going to start off like when he first came back to me. That's what I did. I would shake. I would get nervous mounting him. I was always waiting for a bomb to go off, and we got over that. Yeah, literally. And we got over that. And so I just, again, he didn't act like that with me. He never has. He has acted out under saddle. It's been much more minor, and I can feel it coming earlier, so I know when to stop and get off. Right,
yeah.
My trainer. That's why she's my trainer. She is paid to push him a little bit and just see what he does, right? Because I want to see, can we push him? The answer is no, clearly no. Clearly no. So that's okay, but I just need to get back on and show him, hey, we're just going to do the same old thing again. And then that way I'll feel more comfortable going back on the trails, because that's what I think we're going to end up doing is he's just going to be my trail horse, little walk, trot trail horse, light riding. That's all I think we can do together, and that's cool.
Yeah, and I think that when they tell you, like, when you mount and there's that tension, that's them telling you, like, you're going to ask me to do something I'm not comfortable with. And so you go, oh, actually, we're going on like a 5-minute walk. Surprise. And they, what? Huh? What? I did the same thing. And I really think it made a difference to just get on and walk on a not loose rein, not then,
right. But a relaxed rein,
a light contact, right? and not be like, let's do circles and let's do it. Just be like, oh, we went for a walk and now I'm getting off. What? Yeah, life can be that simple. Ooh.
Yeah, exactly. And so I think that's what we're going to end up doing. I just need to woman up a little bit. Tits up and get a leg over. So I will when I get to the bar.
Yeah.
That's going to be my goal, because once the kids are out of school and I have my work summer hours, I'm going to have a little bit more time that I can devote. Again, I've said it before and I'll say it again. Delight is not one that you can go and just have an hour at the barn. You do not want to rush that horse.
Right. Isn't that the hardest part about making any goal? Is they take so much time. Not the goal obviously, but the horse. Like doing one thing with a horse takes 2 hours. That's just the way it is.
And it's hard to find as a working adult to like that much time to be able to, like, there was a day, it was the last time I was at the barn. It was on Sunday last week. And my husband, I was pissed. Okay. Quick story time. My dad was visiting, so he's been helping out a little bit, which is wonderful, and why I've been able to get so much done, because he's takes point on the kids. And Jason took advantage, and on my what was supposed to be my day off, decided to go ride his mountain bike at the big mountain near us for the second day in a row. And I was like, what the fuck, actually, because I was supposed to be doing something today. So that's great. So I gave him a lot of hell for it. He ended up crashing. Karma. But his helmet saved him. So, protect the noggin. And so I went out to the barn when he got home. And I was like, there will not be a timer on this situation. I was there for 5 hours. It was phenomenal. I loved it. There was gossip time. There was grooming time for everybody. There was play time for everybody, bath time. What I didn't do was ride. But that's okay, because quality time looks a little different to everybody sometimes, right? But
yeah,
I was like, when was the last time I had 5 hours to spend at the barn? Like months, years even?
Oh, no, that's incredible.
It was incredible.
That's like being a 12-year-old.
It was all because I told my husband to fuck off. I was like, well, you crashed and you were late and now you owe me. And he's like, we're going to order dinner. I was like, great. You should go to the grocery store too. And so that happened. It was wonderful. But yeah, it's hard to find that time. And I have the best intentions of scheduling that time. And we've talked about this and I do, and I try. And then inevitably, like somebody gets sick or somebody needs a doctor's appointment or the car needs to go in to get its oil changed or, oh my God, it's always something. But I see my daughters, Cameron, she's graduating middle school and she's going into high school and she's thinking about being, college and all these things. And I'm like, please slow down, because if you think you're busy now, it's going to get so much worse.
I didn't have that. For Calvin, I think his life slowed down so much when he got out of high school. Because he had, by necessity, he had all of these extra things he had to do. And so I think when he went to school, it was like, all I have to do is go to my classes and work out. Go to my classes, work out. Nap.
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, I think he's living a pretty chill life, actually. I'm happy for him.
You provided a good life for your son.
Yeah, I've tried, that's for sure. For me, it's always been the way 5 or 10 minutes will add up until you have no time. It's I didn't do something the other day on the way out of the house because I was going to ride. It was 10 o'clock and I wanted to ride at 10 o'clock and it was 10 o'clock. And I didn't do something like, I think the Roomba got stuck or something and I ignored it, just went outside. And my husband was like, the Roomba got stuck over here, blah, 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 blah. I said, oh yeah, I saw it on my way out. And he looks at me like, well, why didn't you fix it? I was like, because it would have taken another 5 minutes. I didn't care enough. Because 5 minutes messing with the Roomba, and then the cat wants something, and then I have to pee, and then it's been 20 minutes, and I'm still not on the horse. And I have
That's true. You have a narrow window.
Yeah, every minute is accounted for. So I don't mess around with the Roomba. I'm like, that's tomorrow's problem already. I
do that with the dishes.
Yeah. I do it with everything because I'm so tired of it. The delays adding up makes me insane when I just want to do one thing. You can't get to it because
yes, tell me about it. I mean, I'll get on such a roll with work, and then I have to stop to go pick up the kids, take them to their activities or whatever, and then by the time we get home, I have to make dinner, and then I was like, what the hell was I doing again? And it's like that 2-hour interval. I've now lost my mojo or lost my focus, and then it takes me until 8:30 at night. I'm working, and I'm like, this is bullshit. I could have been done by 5 p.m., but
that is 100% how I worked in New York.
Okay.
That is so familiar because I had to take Calvin to school on the subway, and then I would come home and it would be 9 o'clock and I would have things to do around the apartment. And then at 10 o'clock, maybe I could sit down and start working. And then it was 2 instantly.
Yeah.
And I had to run to the subway, get Calvin, stand at the playground, come home, run to the market, make sure I had stuff for dinner. Feed Calvin, help him with just stuff kept adding up. And I was working at 8 o'clock. I was like, okay, open my laptop back up, work until 10. Mm-hmm. Yeah. I remember that.
Yeah. Well, so you're saying it gets better though.
Oh, it gets better. You know me. You know how late I sleep in the morning.
I can't wait for college.
And
it's
I don't
a
even
dream.
I close my laptop at 5 if I'm working inside that late, which I rarely am, and I don't open it again. Now, do I hit all my goals? 100% of the time, no. But
it's okay. We've already realized we're goal failures.
Yeah.
Here.
Do I have work-life balance? Kind of sometimes, which is better than
That's better than the alternative. I'm still seeking that. And, I know they say that you shouldn't wish the years away, and I don't. But if I could snap my fingers and remember all the wonderful moments, but still have all of my kids going to college, that'd be great.
Yeah, because I don't even remember the wonderful moments because I have like this shitty memory. So
that's why you write everything down.
Basically. Thank God for like the iPhone on this day or something.
Oh, I love the memory app.
Yeah.
The time hop or whatever.
Honestly, I don't know who or what I would be if without like smartphones recording what we used to do. But, no, it does. The school rounds, when that's over, that's for the best. That's such an absurdity of this era that we live in, where, like, when I was a kid, I got myself home from school. I got myself fed. And they can't do that anymore. Like, I'm not sure why or what all the levels are, but if for some reason kids need rides fucking everywhere.
I will say I brought some of that 80s vibe back because there's some days my kids do come home and I'll be like, hey, I'm not going to be home for an hour, grab your snack, do whatever you need to do. So there is some of that, like the kids will empty the dishwasher. They have a list of chores to do, which is wonderful. But I mean, the last 4 weeks, we've had chorus concerts, band competitions. We've had chaperone field trips. We have, all these things. And I want to rip my hair out because, like, I get home from work, do all the stuff for them, and then I have another thing for them that I didn't anticipate. I'm like, oh, my God.
Yeah, these little brats are busy. They have these calendars. Like, what
They're
the what?
more social than I am.
Even just required stuff.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. My sister has 3. I don't know how any of you people with 3 children lives. And
day by day, Natalie, day by day.
My God, she's schlepping these kids all over the Intermountain West. One of my favorite phrases. The Intermountain West to go to like sports competitions and stuff. Like, what? Why is your 12-year-old competing all over the country? What is happening?
No, and I love my kids. I do. And I'm happy for them. But, like, if Ashlyn came, she's the competitive sports person. If Ashlyn came to me and said, I want to join Travel X,
right,
the answer would be no. I just don't have the bandwidth. Wait, this is the funniest thing ever. She asked me to coach her cheer squad this summer.
What?
Natalie, let me ask you a question. Does anybody think I have fucking time for that?
Coach or what? Why? How are you qualified for that?
Well, first of all, I'd be really fucking great at that. Okay, let's just be honest. Like, I have 20 years of dance experience, choreography experience.
Oh,
like,
do
I would nail that shit.
Oh,
okay. But one, it's middle school girls. I don't have patience for the drama. I would definitely be using curse words and get in trouble. Let's be honest. I'd probably turn to one girl and be like, "You better cut that shit out," right? Like. 100%.
And she'd respect you more for it because you speak like she does with her friends.
I know, right? Well, they're like begging me to do it. And you know what I told them? I said, and now cheer is 5 nights a week, FYI, plus games. Okay.
What?
I told them, I said, well, how about this? I will consider it if you have a coach and an assistant coach and I'm the backup to the assistant coach. Like, I will consider that.
Bluegrass Animal Products Equiotic is a live daily probiotic supplement for your horse. Equiotic is the only probiotic sourced from horses' good gut bacteria. This allows the good bacteria to survive in the GI tract.
Veterinarian developed and recommended, Equiotic is trusted by horse professionals to keep their horses feeling their best. From the top competition horse to a backyard companion, Equiotic can help to keep your horse's sensitive GI tract feeling good.
To learn more and order Equiotic today, go to bluegrassanimalproducts.com and use the coupon code HRN for 15% off Equiotic packets and paste. Equiotic is also available at many retailers, including SmartPack and Chewy, but the coupon code HRN is only available at bluegrassanimalproducts.com.
My internet was like, you need to stop talking about your children. Karma is a bitch.
Yeah, that's probably true. Yeah. So
I'm having internet issues. But why don't we talk about we already talked about my adulting wins, but why don't we talk about your adulting wins for the week?
Okay, first I want to talk about my horses wins because as soon as this happened, I thought, this is Ben and Manny's win of the week. I went to get hay on Tuesday. I love going to get hay because I love the ladies at the hay store. They're like fantastic and they read my books and they always want to talk and they have candy. So it's like a wonderful little 15-minute visit and I get candy at the end of it. And I buy pasture blocks. So I buy 500 pounds of hay, like compressed. And I usually buy orchard and alfalfa mix. And I got it home and I looked at it and I was like, well, if this ain't full alfalfa.
Cha-ching.
Yeah, exactly. And it got weighed as orchard and alfalfa. So thanks, guys, because it's less expensive. And yeah, and Corey looked at it. My husband looked at it. He goes, "Ooh, yeah, this is real green." I said, "Yeah, let's watch what they do." Yeah, they're over there like 90% of the time. Whereas before, when they're on the O&A, they kind of wander back and forth. I'll eat some hay. I'll eat some grass. No. This is full-time alfalfa time. They're very
amazing.
Happy. So that's their win. What is my win? That's such a good question. I
save money.
Yeah, I did save money. I don't know if they should be eating straight alfalfa right now, but what the hell? I'm sure they'll be fine. It's one bale.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Like I said, I'm in the middle of so many things that I feel like I'm struggling for a win, which is probably really silly of me.
Can't help how you feel.
No, I know. It's probably half hormonal too, and that's where the whole like raging for cheese came from. Was just
I feel that in my soul.
Right. No, I mean everything's going sort of mid-lane, swimmingly. Not really deviating too much from up or down. I'm just kind of floating along. And maybe that's a win in itself. I'm floating along. I have my book signing coming up at Barnes & Noble.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah. Susan Friedland, who's a wonderful fellow author of ours, is coming. And they lined up somebody I don't know named Peter Cray, who has a book about Ali Dar, the racehorse. And he's going to be there too. And I think that's pretty neat because it's a nice selection for people that might not necessarily come out looking for Susan and I's books. But for some reason, people always want to buy true crime. And this is Ocala, so racehorse true crime is a good choice.
And it's always fun meeting other authors.
It really is. I've had some good chats with authors this week. I had a chat, I'm sure she won't mind my saying so, with Kim Ablin Whitney yesterday. I talked to her on the phone. She wrote the Rights, the show circuit series, which are young adult set in the A circuit. And Kim is a rated judge. So she knows so much about the A circuit. And her books are really great. People really love them. So I had a chat with her about her books. Somebody else wants to have a chat with me when she's down for showing. She was like, can we chat about your writing process? Yeah, of course. I'll do that. And then a couple weeks ago, did I tell you that somebody messaged me that they were coming to Ocala to look at a horse for sale? And did I have any book signings that day? And it was like a Tuesday. So I was like, no, I don't have any book signings. I said, but if you want to meet for coffee, I'll bring books. And she said, okay. So
private book signing.
I met her and her friends at the coffee shop in Newberry. And we talked and drank coffee, and I sold them a whole bunch of books and made friends. So it was like being a Mary Kay lady, sort of, but with horse books. It was super fun. I was like, this is how I want to sell books going forward. I want to just meet people one-on-one for coffee.
And then have them buy a series. I think that's awesome. That sounds like a great week, actually.
Yeah, I think it's just been a blur, probably. I've just been busy. And it doesn't feel busy because it's all my own stuff, but I really haven't stopped at all every day. So is that my win? Like my calendar?
Thank you for being a little weird with us, Horse Girl. If you like what you hear, make sure to subscribe to our podcast on your player of choice. Follow us on Instagram at Adulting with Horses Podcast, or even better, join our Adulting with Horses Clubhouse on Facebook, where you can become part of the show. Also, it's a great place to meet other horse crazy women.